Hello, it is Monday, June 22nd, 2020, and President Trump has issued a new proclamation called Proclamation Suspending Entry of Aliens Who Present a Risk to the U.S. Labor Market Following the Coronavirus Outbreak. Okay, several problems with this proclamation. The biggest is immigrants do not steal jobs. Immigrants are disproportionately the job creators in the United States. And if we stop allowing immigrants to come to the United States and create jobs, we will destroy our economy. But that's my political opinion and also fact. And we will be arguing that in litigation in the months to come, weeks to come, days to come. So, let me give you an update on what I see from this proclamation. First, it is what we were expecting. So the litigation that we are planning for the DV lottery winners for 2020, this will just be another section of that complaint, of that lawsuit. Most of the damage to them, to this group of people, has already been done because of the delays already this far. This is just going to add another straw that broke the camel's back. It's just one more thing, okay? So the litigation is still happening, still filing that case on July 8th. The deadline to join is still July 1st. Now, I want to say, let's talk a little bit about, before I talk more about that, the other impacted categories with the proclamation. What this order did was it not only extended Proclamation 10014, the 60-day ban, until December 31st of this year, but it broadened that ban to include other categories. The other categories that it included are mostly temporary worker visas, but corporations in the U.S. have a big interest in being able to access that labor. And so I expect there will be litigation shortly to look out for that interest. So this is good in a way because we have more people that are being brought out to help us in this fight, okay? Also, it's not good in a way, obviously, for the people that are impacted. But what I'm saying is now we have a bigger fight and there's more people fighting, okay? There will be more litigation than just my litigation. There will be other lawsuits. Which brings me to another category of people that before had just been patiently waiting, and that is there are a lot of spouses of green card holders who are stuck waiting for visas to be issued abroad, and they have waited until today for it to be expired, only to find out that it's not going to be expired until the end of the year, and it may be extended again. This is so unfair to those families. And it's not just spouses of green card holders, it's also parents and siblings of U.S. citizens. Think about that. U.S. citizens have elderly parents abroad, and they cannot come to the United States because of something to do with the risk to the U.S. labor market. It is obscene, it is wrong, and we will fight it. So, the reason I bring up this other category, both the green card holders and the U.S. citizens who have family members abroad, is they are not going to, this group is not going to sit by patiently and let that go on forever. They will also be litigating challenges to this proclamation, and I expect I will be involved in offering a challenge to this but for that group of people. It will be separate from the diversity visa mandamus litigation that we are filing on July 8th. It will probably be a couple weeks after that. We haven't, I need to talk to my colleagues about getting a price point together to where it is both affordable to participants, but we can raise enough money to do it right and get it done, okay? Granted, other groups will be challenging this, but I can't sit back and wait to see if they're successful. You know, if you don't take action, it's the same as nothing happened, and we have to fight every one of these egregious actions as they happen, or the next one comes. So, okay, now I'm going to shift back to the diversity visa lottery winners for 2020, okay, in the case that we are filing July 8th. So we're still filing it July 8th. The deadline to participate is still July 1st. If you want to start the process of participating, the first step is to send me or one of my translators your name of the DV lottery winner, the names of the derivatives, either the children or the spouses, and your email address. If you do that, we will prepare a proposed retainer agreement and also send you a case prospectus that has the details about the case and the information and evidence we need from you to build that complaint, to finish the case, the complaint, before we file it. So the first step is we need your full names, the way it appeared on the DS-260 when you filed it last year or whenever you filed it, for the winner, the derivatives, and also your email address so I can shoot you that email. And I do those personally. So you can get it to my translators or me, and then I can send you that email. After I do that, if everything looks okay and you're on board and you sign it and you send back, then I can email you an invoice that you can pay online, the initial $1,000 fee to participate, with a debit or credit card. If you need to make other arrangements, just let me know. But then the other part, the back end is not due until you get a visa, if you get a visa. Hopefully you get a visa. So, one thing I noticed about this proclamation I want to bring to your attention is there is a clause in here that says that the cabinet, they have to report back to the president on 30 days on how is it going, and that day is July 24th, 2020. I'm not optimistic that they would change it, but it is interesting that they have a 30-day thing there where they will consult and recommend modifications if necessary. Knowing this administration, the modifications may be worse. But then also, so July 24th is 30 days from now when they will report back. And then there's a 60-day, every 60 days after that. So the first 60 days would be September 22nd, 2020. So what this means is the Secretary of Homeland Security will consult with the Secretary of State and the Secretary of Labor and report back to the President 2 times before the September 30th DV lottery deadline. I do not expect that to make a difference. Even if on the July 24th when they said, oh, never mind, let's give an exception, it's too late. They've already caused the harm, okay? So, in previous videos, I have talked about the 4 outcomes that are possible with mandamus litigation for DV lottery winners. Those 4 outcomes have not changed, except the first 2 are not, I should not have said they have not changed. I apologize. The first 2 are not likely, okay? The first outcome was they give everybody a visa to make the case go away, or at least a decision on their applications. The second outcome was they give some people visas to make to get the judge to sympathize with them. That's possible because there's emergencies or something where they could issue a visa in an emergency. I don't think that is as likely now. Both of those 2 outcomes are not as likely. The third outcome and the fourth outcome are the ones that are now really important. And that is where we rely on the court to intervene and come to the rescue and the aid of the DV lottery winners, especially the ones participating in the case. Now, the third outcome was where the judge orders the government to go ahead and expedite the processing and the interviews for the DV winners. This includes at the KCC, everything. That's what we would want. We would want the judge to say, go ahead, get it done. Because of this newest proclamation, that is, for a judge to do that, they would have to say that this proclamation is void or part of it is void, okay? And maybe another court will do that before we get to that point, because that won't be the day we file the case. That won't be until probably the middle to the end of August that we get in front of a judge, okay? So I would not expect... Here's what I'm trying to say. The outcome number 4, that's the one I have the most faith in. That's where the judge says, this isn't fair to the 2020 DV lottery winners. And so what the State Department needs to do is put their visas aside in the box, put them aside, and when the embassies decide to open, when this is over, then they could process them, they can have interviews and get them done. So we started out with 4 possible outcomes. The first 2 are still possible if a court puts a stay or puts a hold on this proclamation. The third one is possible, but I think the 4th one is the most possible. It's really hard to predict the future. I have a lot of people contacting me over the last couple weeks saying, oh, how is the crystal ball working? What is the future? I cannot do that. I can only tell you that I will work for you and my team will work for you to get the best possible outcomes that we can. We will fight for you. Okay, I think that covers everything I wanted to cover. So, I will be making a video in the future for those people interested in a different litigation, but probably that won't be for a few days at least, at the earliest. My focus right now is going through with what I promised, me and my colleague Rafael Urena, and filing the most robust, strong case we can on behalf of the participating 2020 DV lottery winners who are being treated so unfairly this year. So follow my Telegram channel for updates, and I will be in touch with you the next time I have new information. Thank you so much, and remember to breathe, okay? I know this can be very stressful, and we are all going through a lot, but just breathe, because Trump won't last forever. These draconian measures will not last forever, and we will get through this, okay? Thank you, and have a great day. Well, have the best day that you can.